in the bustling, whimsical city of High Hopes, where skyscrapers stretched toward the sky like giants playing catch with the clouds, and the streets buzzed with the dreams of its citizens, a most unusual presidential campaign was underway. At the heart of this campaign was Peter, a man whose charm and promises of change had captured the imagination of the city. But Peter was not as he appeared. In truth, he was the elaborate facade of three unlikely individuals: a 10-year-old strategist named Timmy, a 12-year-old social media guru named Sarah, and atop their shoulders, a pile of charisma molded into the form of a presidential candidate. Peter, or rather, the trio masquerading as him, had decided to run for president out of a genuine desire to bring about change. Timmy, with his sharp intellect and love for strategy, had meticulously planned the entire campaign. Sarah, whose wit and understanding of the digital age were beyond her years, managed their presence online, creating a buzz that resonated with the young and old alike. Together, they created Peter, a candidate so charismatic and full of promises that he seemed too good to be true. And in a way he was. The city of High Hopes, with its mix of modern and classic architecture, served as the perfect backdrop for their campaign. Its citizens, accustomed to the slightly exaggerated realities of their world, were ready for change and eagerly rallied behind Peter. His speeches, filled with big promises and delivered with a charming smile, won hearts and minds. Timmy, hidden within the confines of the trench coat, would whisper the right words at the right time, while Sarah, slightly above, made sure their message was seen and heard across all social media platforms. Election day came and the votes were cast. To the trio's astonishment, Peter won in a landslide victory. The city celebrated, ready to embrace the change they had been promised. The only problem was, the real work was just beginning, and governing a country was no small feat, especially for a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, and their imaginary friend. As Peter took office, the challenges of governance quickly became apparent. The trio had to navigate through political meetings, international relations, and the day-to-day operations of running a country, all from within the confines of a trench coat. Timmy, with his strategic mind, took to the challenges like a fish to water, devising policies and plans that were both innovative and effective. Sarah, ever the social media savant, kept the public informed and engaged, turning potential scandals into viral sensations that endeared Peter even more to the hearts of the citizens. However, keeping up the facade of Peter was exhausting, and cracks began to show. The trio found it increasingly difficult to coordinate their movements seamlessly, leading to awkward stumbles and mishaps that raised eyebrows among the more observant citizens. Rumors began to swirl about the true nature of their president, but none could imagine the truth. The moment of truth came during a press conference, where Peter was to address the nation on an important policy change. As he took the stage, the weight of the situation and the physical strain of maintaining their disguise proved too much for the trio. Mid-sentence, Peter began to unravel, quite literally, as the trench coat fell open to reveal Timmy standing on Sarah's shoulders, with an empty suit and tie dangling above them. The room fell into stunned silence as the elaborate hoax was laid bare for all to see. The initial reaction was one of outrage. The citizens of High Hopes felt betrayed, having placed their trust and their votes in a candidate who did not exist. Calls for impeachment and punishment rang out, and it seemed as though the dream of change that had inspired so many was about to turn into a nightmare. But then something unexpected happened. As the trio stood before the nation exposed and vulnerable, they did not run or hide. Instead, they spoke from the heart about their desire to make a difference, about the ideas and policies they truly believed could improve the lives of the citizens of High Hopes. They spoke not as politicians, but as children who had dared to dream of a better world. The sincerity and dedication of Timmy and Sarah, combined with the genuine improvements they had managed to implement during their short tenure, won over the public. The outrage turned to admiration, and the calls for punishment shifted to discussions about how best to integrate the trio's ideas into the governance of the city. In a world that often seemed too cynical, the story of Peter, Timmy, and Sarah reminded everyone that sometimes the most outlandish ideas can lead to the most extraordinary outcomes. The trio did not return to office, but they did become advisors, their youthful insights and innovative strategies shaping the policies of the new administration. The city of High Hopes, with its bustling streets and towering dreams, had been forever changed by the presidential imposter. Not because of the deceit, but because of the reminder that change often comes from the most unexpected places, and that sometimes it takes a child's imagination to see the solutions adults overlook. As for Peter, the charismatic man with the charming smile, he became a legend in High Hopes, a symbol of ambition, innovation, and the unyielding belief in the possibility of change. And the trio, once hidden behind a facade, now stood in the spotlight, their dreams no longer confined to the shadows of a trench coat, but shining brightly for all to see.